The United States, one of the richest countries in the world, has a GDP per capita of $81,700. But what if I told you there's a country with a GDP per capita of $197,000? $197,000. And what if I also told you that this country is only 160 square kilometers and does not even have an ocean? What's more is that I don't really see a lot of people talking about it. I'm talking about Liechtenstein. Hard to pronounce, but extremely wealthy. Liechtenstein is extremely small. It's located in the middle of Switzerland to the west and Austria to the east, standing at only 62 square miles or 160 square kilometers, making it the fourth smallest country in all of Europe and sixth smallest in the entire world. It only has 39,000 residents, with the most populous city, Shan, only having 6,000 inhabitants. And if you're wondering what their language sounds like, most people in Liechtenstein speak German, and that is the official language of the country. Officially, Liechtenstein is a constitutional monarchy, with the prince serving as the head of state. The current prince, Hans Adam II, has significant powers, including the ability to veto any legislation. So essentially, it's a small country in Europe still having a monarchy. How did it actually get so rich? It all starts in 1923 with an extremely important political decision. In 1923, Liechtenstein and Switzerland signed a customs union that allowed for free trade and open borders between the two nations. This treaty enabled Liechtenstein to integrate into the global economy through Swiss trade policies, significantly benefiting its economic landscape. Furthermore, in 1924, as their official currency, which further provided more stability and increased purchasing power. And in present day, Liechtenstein's purchasing power is actually the highest in Europe, even surpassing Switzerland. Starting off good is not enough though. How do you maintain this success? And the policy that they've adopted, and one of the main reasons for their continued success, is lower tax rate and business-friendly policies. The corporate tax rate is as low as 12.5%, which is significantly lower than many neighboring European countries. Not only that, the business environment has minimal bureaucratic hurdles, making it an appealing destination for foreign direct investment. For a country its size, they focus particularly on attracting foreign direct investment through banking. There's 17 banks and numerous fiduciary companies in Liechtenstein, and it's particularly known for its banking secrecy laws, which, as you might have guessed, attract extremely wealthy people. The financial services sector, in fact, contributes around 70% to Liechtenstein's GDP, and this foreign direct investment and foreign involvement in the economy is extremely important, specifically because in the 1950s, they already achieved full employment, which meant that every person that identified as a Liechtensteiner was employed, leading to a reliance on foreign labor to sustain growth. The reliance on immigration is so great that, in fact, in 2022, approximately 56.8% of the workforce were cross-border commuters from neighboring countries. This reputation of being reliant on foreign investment and foreign labor has also put Liechtenstein in a lot of trouble, particularly with countries saying that it is a tax haven. Before we dig deeper, if you're enjoying this video, please smash the subscribe button and the like button if you like learning more about money, how to make more or save more, or just understand it better. Of course, the corporate tax rate is extremely low, and because of these minimal financial disclosure requirements, wealthy individuals and corporations seek to minimize their tax liabilities, leading to significant economic benefits for the country. International bodies like the OECD have pressured Liechtenstein to increase its transparency and compliance with global tax standards, and they're concerned for their own sake because they believe that individuals living in their countries are evading tax by investing in Liechtenstein. Particularly in Germany and in the UK, businessmen have been found to evade tax by investing in Liechtenstein. The 2008 tax affair brought this all to light. In this affair, millions of euros belonging to German citizens were funneled into banks in Liechtenstein, particularly the LGT Bank, which is owned by the princely family. These funds were often placed in trusts designed to obscure ownership and evade taxes. The prosecutor's office in Germany noted that these trusts were allegedly created solely for the purpose of tax evasion, as they allowed for the separation of assets from their owners while maintaining anonymity, something that Liechtenstein is known for. One thing that makes trusts in Liechtenstein different from other countries is that they can be revoked at any time, allowing the assets to be returned to the original owner. Also, the charges for maintaining these trusts is extremely low at about 0.1% or a minimum of 1,000 Swiss francs. In other developed countries like America and the UK, this fee can be as high as 2 to 3%, which means that in Liechtenstein, it is more than 20% cheaper to keep your money. So after this initial bombshell, further news came out that Germany's Foreign Intelligence Agency, also known as the BND, reportedly paid $4 million to a bank official in Liechtenstein for information about German nationals using these trusts to evade taxes. This action also sparked a debate about the legality and ethics of the BND's operations, but it also prompted Germany to launch one of the largest tax evasion investigations in its history, specifically targeting Liechtenstein. And they of course felt that pressure. And in 2009, they reached an agreement with the United Kingdom that allowed approximately 5,000 British customers with secret accounts in Liechtenstein to disclose their holdings to the UK tax authorities under a reduced penalty framework. This was a win-win for both the country and its customers, and also allowed the country to increase transparency into its banking sector. This foreign investment though has helped Liechtenstein maintain an extremely high standard of living, particularly with healthcare. The government spends approximately $188 million on social welfare programs, including healthcare and education, along with public services. Even if you look at the annual salary, which is approximately $92,000, it is around $15,000 higher than the average in Germany. And even with the higher cost of living, Liechtenstein has a 0% poverty rate, which is defined as living at or below $5.5 per day. And due to these social welfare programs and a low poverty rate, the safety and security in the country is also high as well. The country has a very high safety index at 85.02, making it one of the safest places in the world to live. And with physical safety also comes political safety, with the country consistently ranking highly on the World Bank's worldwide governance indicators, scoring well in areas like political stability, rule of law, and even regulatory equality. And the country wants to take this even further by decreasing their reliance on the financial industry and focusing on two main areas. The first one being manufacturing. Liechtenstein wants to focus on the manufacturing industry as a way to get out of this dependence. While it only contributes 34% to the country's GDP for now, they're developing a highly specialized and innovative sector, particularly focused on the healthcare industry. The main focus is precision instruments. These include high precision devices used in various fields such as medical technology and engineering. Pharmaceuticals are also gaining traction, with companies focusing on the research and development of medical products. And recently, they've also incorporated dental technology, including advanced dental products like implants, prosthetics, and machinery that is exported worldwide. These industries are relatively new for Liechtenstein, but they're developing rapidly by investing 32% of revenue generated back into the R&D for critical manufacturing products. Many manufacturing firms in Liechtenstein are still relatively new, with the majority of companies employing fewer than 50 people, but they're extremely specialized and in niche markets, which allows them to maintain a competitive edge. They also want to shift a lot of their employment from the financial industry to manufacturing, which only accounts for 38% of the total employment in the country as of today. This, however, is a remarkably high proportion compared to other European nations, which shows how much Liechtenstein wants to invest in manufacturing. Along with manufacturing, the other industry the government wants to focus on is tourism. In recent years, Liechtenstein has received an average of 60,000 international tourists, and the government wants to pump these numbers up, particularly focusing on cultural and nature tourism. They have remarkable landmarks like the Vaduz Castle, the National Museum, and also many festivals that happen in cities every month. Apart from cultural tourism, the government also wants to focus on many of the hiking and biking trails that it naturally has, and also other physical activities like skiing. The Melbourne Ski Resort in particular provides tons of opportunities for tourists to come and enjoy themselves, including skiing, snowboarding, and cross-country skiing. One of the recent big investment points for the government has been adventure tourism. Mountaineering and rock climbing has been on the rise in Europe, and its rugged terrain provides the perfect playground for these activities. It also wants to focus on paragliding because the steep slopes and jagged peaks of the mountains make it a unique destination for paragliding. Most of its tourists come from Germany and Switzerland, but the government wants to promote it internationally so that people from all across the world can come and spend time in Liechtenstein. One of the barriers to entry to visiting Liechtenstein is the extremely expensive cost of living, with decent hotels costing above $240 a night. Other destinations like maybe Spain or even Germany offer much cheaper options and a better bang for your buck. And while tourism might take some time to kick off, it is a good long-term investment. Until then, the increasingly specialized manufacturing industry is definitely something to look forward to drag the country out of this reliance on its financial industry. It is the richest country in the world for now. Let's see if it can hang on to that title and if all of its policies actually pay off. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.